Here's a more detailed video of converting these old fluorescent lights over to LED with the ballast bypass style lights. Now you can just buy the fluorescent replacement bulbs that are LED that run off of the ballast in it, so you don't have to rewire anything if you just want better lights and you don't want to have to do all the rewiring. But eventually that ballast is going to burn out. You know, you're going to need to replace it at some point. You can wait till then to do this style. I just figured get rid of all the ballast, don't have to worry about it, and just use the LED with the direct wire style light bulbs. So first you got to take the cover off, you know, take the lens and move that. I always try to leave the lenses up in the ceiling and just move them over. That way I don't worry about breaking them. They're kind of fragile, you know. And so then you take the cover off once you do that. Now I am cutting all the wires. Make sure you have the power turned off before you start cutting things. You know, if you do it carefully, you can cut the wires with the power on, but it's just not as safe. I do it that way sometimes, but it's just not as safe. So you cut all the wires for the ballast, take the ballast out, and you can just get rid of it at that point. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take and run the neutral wire to the bulb connectors on one whole side. So, you know, whether you're doing the left side or the right side, one whole side will be neutral and the whole other side will be hot. So you got the hot wire going to one end and the neutral wire going to the other end. That's how you wire up these ballast bypass LED light bulbs that I bought. Now I got these bulbs on Amazon. There will be a link in the description. I also made a shorter video of this, and it's a little more closer to the fixture, so you can kind of see what I'm doing. But really, if you've done any electrical wiring at all, then this is a very simple job that, you know, you'd probably be able to handle. Now, if you're not comfortable with electricity, then don't mess around with electricity. But if you're comfortable with it, if you have some experience with electrical work, then this is a very simple job to do. So I like to take the 4 colored wires, usually it's red and blue, depending on the age of your light fixture. I take those 4 wires and I like to twist them all together. I use my linesman pliers and twist them up a little bit tighter, cut the end off. And then I like to do the red and blues to the hot wire, and I always do it that way so that I always know in the future, you know, if it's one that I've done, I know it's done that way. I just like to try to always keep things the same. And then I take the 2 yellow wires from the other end, twist those together in with the neutral wire, and then use wire nuts on those to keep it all together. And then here I'm struggling a little bit fitting this cover back on. Now this commercial building that I'm doing this work in has, I believe it's 54 of these fluorescent light fixtures. And I mean, I have never seen so many different styles. You would have thought that maybe they had gone out and bought a bunch of them all at one time, but it doesn't seem that way. It seems like they were bought one at a time at completely different places. They're all different styles. So excuse the door and the vision of the camera here. So here's the new light bulbs. I'm going to unwrap them and then take the covers off the ends, and then they go in just like regular fluorescent bulbs. The only difference being there is a up and a down to it. So you don't want to put it in there upside down because all the light would just shine straight up into the ceiling and not down to the floor. So you just want to make sure that you get those in correctly so that you get the light where you want the light. Here's a look at what it looks like. It's, in my opinion, 1,000 times brighter than it was before. And button this all back up. Make sure you like the video. Please subscribe to my channel. I appreciate the support. Any questions about this project or how to do this, leave a comment, and I try to get back to everybody. I appreciate it. Thank you.